Let's take a little trip, shall we? We're heading to the rolling hills of Tuscany, to a stunning medieval town that's home to one of the world's most legendary wines. This is Montalcino, and today we're going to uncork the story of what makes this place and its wine so incredibly special.
But before we dive in, let's start with a big question, right? What actually makes a wine legendary? I mean, is it just a crazy price tag, how old it is, a fancy label, or is there something more to it?
Well, it turns out it's kind of a perfect storm. It's this magical combination of three things coming together just right: an amazing place, a noble grape, and the right people. And honestly, there is no better case study on the planet to illustrate this than Montalcino. So, you ready? Let's start our tour.
Okay, our first stop is the foundation of it all, the land. In the wine world, we call this terroir, and let me tell you, Montalcino's is, well, it's truly exceptional. Think of it as the secret sauce that makes everything else possible.
So what's in this recipe for greatness? Well, it starts with where it is. The town sits high up on a hill, about 450 meters up, so it gets tons of sun. It's got this incredibly diverse mix of soils, and it gets blessed by two very important winds. Every single one of these ingredients plays a crucial part in what you end up tasting in the glass.
First, let's talk about that altitude, because it is so key. The elevation gives you these beautiful, warm, sunny days to get the grapes perfectly ripe. But then, and this is the magic part, the temperature plummets at night. Those cool nights are what preserve the grape's natural acidity and all those complex aromas, creating a wine that's beautifully balanced, not just big and powerful.
And the other two factors are just as important: sun and wind. All that sunshine really concentrates the sugars and flavors in the grapes. Meanwhile, those two winds, a dry one from the north, a sea breeze from the coast, they act like a natural fan, keeping the grapes healthy, dry, and free from disease.
So, we've got the perfect stage. Now, every great show needs a star performer. And in Montalcino, that star is a very specific, and I mean very noble, grape.
Let me introduce you to Sangiovese Grosso. Now, this isn't just any old Sangiovese. It's a local clone, a special version with thicker skins. The locals gave it a nickname, Brunello, which means little dark one because of its deep color. And this grape right here, it's the very soul of the region's famous red wines.
You know, this grape can be a little demanding, but Montalcino is its perfect home. It ripens late, so it absolutely loves those long, sunny summers. Its thick skins give the wine that deep color and, more importantly, the powerful structure, the tannins, that allow it to age for decades. And that naturally high acidity is what keeps it so fresh and captivating in the glass year after year.
So we have the place, check. We have the grape, check. But that's only 2/3 of the story. The final, crucial piece of the puzzle is the people. The pioneers who created the blueprint and the modern protectors who are guarding its legacy today.
And you simply cannot talk about Montalcino without talking about the Biondi Santi family. Back in the mid-19th century, these guys were true visionaries. They made a really bold decision to create a wine using 100% Sangiovese Grosso, and then age it for a long, long time in wood. At the time, this was completely revolutionary, and it created the formula for the Brunello we all know and love today.
I mean, people were making wine here way back in the 14th century, but the real game changer was Biondi Santi's innovation. Their success just built the region's fame, a journey that hit its peak in 1980 when Brunello di Montalcino was awarded Italy's very first DOCG status. That is the nation's absolute highest seal of quality, a huge deal.
All right, let's bring all this history and science into the glass. Let's get to the good stuff. What do the actual wines of Montalcino taste like, and what makes them different from each other? So Montalcino's two most famous reds are kind of like siblings. First, you've got the king, the big brother, Brunello di Montalcino. It has to be aged for at least 4 years, which gives you this complex, powerful wine that is built for special occasions. Then you have Rosso di Montalcino, Brunello's youthful, energetic younger sibling. It's aged for just 1 year, so it's fresh, vibrant, and absolutely perfect for everyday enjoyment.
So at the end of the day, they're two faces of the same amazing grape, from the same great land. Brunello is that serious icon you put in your cellar for a decade. Rosso is the delicious, accessible version you can pop open tonight with a pizza. And you know what? Both are just fantastic expressions of Montalcino. And while Brunello and Rosso are definitely the stars, they aren't the whole story. The region also produces other styles, like the flexible Sant'Antimo wines, and even a historic sweet wine called Moscadello.
It's a great reminder of just how diverse this little corner of the world really is.
For a final stop, let's look to the future. Because a region with this much history can't just stand still. It's facing some very real, modern challenges that require some serious forward thinking to protect its legacy.
And the challenges today are pretty significant. You've got climate change messing with the weather patterns, you've got a global wine market that's more competitive than ever before, and, of course, you've got to meet the demands of new generations of wine drinkers, whose tastes are always evolving.
But Montalcino is meeting these challenges head-on with a really clear three-part strategy. First, a huge push towards sustainability and organic farming to protect that precious land. Second, embracing innovation and technology to adapt to a changing climate while still respecting tradition. And third, fiercely preserving those strict quality rules that guarantee a Brunello is always, well, a Brunello.
So it all comes down to balance. It's this delicate act of honoring an incredible tradition while at the same time innovating for the future. It's a tightrope walk, and the winemakers of Montalcino are absolute masters at it, ensuring their wines stay exceptional for years to come.
So that leaves us with this final thought. That perfect storm of place, grape, and people created a true legend. The question now is whether that same formula, balanced with innovation, can protect its magic for another 100 years. Based on what we've seen, I'd say the future looks pretty bright. Thanks for joining me.